Hello, Miriam here at the Bureau of Meteorology with a look at your weekend weather. Now, it's going to be mild and fairly settled across large parts of the continent this week, but we will still see a few patches of more active weather, particularly across Tasmania and the southeast states. So let's jump into it. Looking at our synoptic map for Saturday morning, we can see a few features of note. The first I want to draw your attention to is this cold front and trough lying across the Bight. Now that system is going to generate some showers about the southwest land division during Saturday morning and early afternoon, impacting Perth, as well as across the southeast states. However, it's going to remain patchy, and through Saturday afternoon we'll see it really easing back, with some sunnier breaks on the way for the likes of Adelaide, Melbourne and the east coast of New South Wales. On Sunday though, we're going to see a second system bringing a fresh burst of showers across the southeast states, with particularly wet and windy conditions on the way for Tasmania. Now, jumping back to Saturday morning, let's take a look at our second feature, which is this low pressure trough lying across central parts of the country. It is dragging down some tropical moisture, leading to extensive areas of cloud in these parts, as well as some patchy showers through central Australia, northern South Australia and parts of western New South Wales. However, rainfall totals are going to be low and temperatures are going to remain fairly mild under this cloud band. Elsewhere across the continent, fairly clear skies across the north and northwest, with just a few coastal showers about the north tropical coast. So let's dig a little bit deeper into those fronts across the southeast. They are going to be particularly windy fronts for Tasmania. We're sitting in westerly flow, which means winds moving from west to east. But as each front moves through, it's going to bring a burst of strong, potentially damaging winds, particularly impacting western and northern parts of Tasmania. Now, it's quite likely we could see warnings issued around those winds over the weekend, so keep an eye on our website for those warnings. Apart from the winds, we are expecting some moderate falls to build across western and northern Tasmania as well. And going into early next week, we could see a couple more frontal systems coming through, adding to these rainfall totals and potentially leading to some local riverine rises and the potential for some minor flooding. The other hazard not shown in this map is the potential for abnormally high tides about the southern parts of Tasmania. Now, abnormally high tides can lead to localised coastal inundation of low-lying tracks and properties. So if you're living in southern Tasmania on Sunday afternoon and Monday afternoon, be aware that at the high tide you could see this risk. Now, you might think with all of these fronts moving through that we're in for a cooler weekend in the southeast, but you wouldn't be quite right. We have actually got above average temperatures expected across the entire continent through Saturday and Sunday, generally speaking 2 to 8 degrees above the average for July. Even these fronts in the southeast are not going to knock the temperature back too much in Tasmania until early next week. You can find the details of all of our latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website and weather app. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next time.